Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Friday. Usually I go shopping on Friday, but I went out shopping on Tuesday because I needed to drop off a lost toy at my daughter's house. So, you know how it is with 4-year-olds? How they'll have a toy, and if they leave it at somebody else's house, all of a sudden that is their favorite toy and they cannot live without it. That was the situation. So, Grammy to the rescue. I took this little bin of ponies back to Lyra's house. Apparently, whenever she does a violin lesson, she gets a little pony as a reward. And she's got quite the collection of them, and she likes to put them into little, like, get out the Legos and build them a little house and put them in the house. Or she's got one of these toys where you put together chutes and make a slide, and she was sliding the ponies down the slide. So all is right in the world. She has been reunited with her ponies. And I got fish for dinner that day. So today I figured I'm just going to stay home. It was a struggle, though. I was riding the struggle bus regarding Joann's clearance. I'm seeing all these videos of people like, oh, I went here and it's like 70% off, and then they take another percent off your total. Or if you buy more than 30 items, you get a special discount. I'm like, nope. I don't have any more room to put your. But if it's more of a sale, then the fiberfill, the 2-pound fiberfill that we're ringing up at $7.75 with the discount, if it's down to like $5.50, then that's a deal. That's as good as the 20-pound box from Walmart. I don't have room to put. What if I did? What if it was like, oh, well, it's only $3 for this 2 pounds of fiberfill. It's a deal. Those things are like 3 feet long. I wouldn't have room to put 10 of them in here. They'd be stacked up. Like, I'd have a white wall behind me of fiberfill bags. Nope, don't need it. Nope. So I'm really trying to be content with what I have and not go to Joann's. We'll see if that holds true. I think that one part of me is saying, you're missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get these great bargains. Another side is like, Hobby Lobby clearance is pretty good every year. I get some good stuff there. So, back and forth. I stayed home. And all day long, I worked on the Ballerina Kitty. And I have finally finished Ruby. Her nose is washing out there. Yes, she does have a nose there. The white and the dress color are from Lori's Scrap Bag Challenge. The second bag of Lori's Scrap Bag Challenge. So, I finished a big project. So now, I just finished this. Let's see, here we go. Oh, she's not going to fit there. Where can we put Ruby? Over there, Ruby. Okay. Where was I? I did get distracted this morning. Well, I was doing my puzzles too, but I didn't get all that much crafting time in because I was doing other stuff. I was playing games on my tablet, okay? I need to back off from the games. But I had like an hour of free power-ups, so it's okay, let's use them up. If I paid for that, it would have cost me a couple bucks, so let's use them up. Okay. Lori's Scrap Bag Challenge. This is what's left. There's 4 white. There's a brunette blanket, a little bit in white. There's sort of a off-white, 2 off-whites. This, that. There's some bulky, there's some lace weight, a little bit of the dress colors left. I'm not quite sure what I'll do next. But this is sort of going on hold until I finish 2 custom orders and 2 more May challenges. Ruby there with the gold and the dark red is going for the movie poster challenge at Happy to Hook Creations. Lisa over at Happy to Hook. Because there's gold, I think is Anna wearing a gold dress and the king is wearing a dark red jacket in the poster, I think. So I've got 1 done. Now I need to do the other 2. So I got out my notebook of ocean patterns. Little rainbow fish. That's a little small for the challenge. I want to do something a little bit bigger. There's a little fish. Oh, for this I think I've got them. Yeah, I think I've got the small ones in the front and then the bigger ones towards the back. No. Okay, what's next? Those are small. Okay, where's the next thing? Oh, there's a stingray. Ralph the Ray free crochet pattern by. Okay, we're gonna find some readers for this. Spin a yarn crochet. That's a little small though. I'm thinking of something a little. Ooh. This one's in here upside down. But Bella the Beluga Whale by Curious Papaya. I think I got that one when I was doing a crochet along. I don't think a walrus would look good in blue. I could do a crab. Beachy crab. Who is this? Hi, sheep. How are you doing? I'm not quite sure what this. What the name of this website is. Hi, sheep? Must be. Hi, sheep. There's a beachy crab. That might be cute. That would use the 3 colors. Homemade by Giggles. Hermit crab with removable shells. I made that once before with like 2 shells and sold it as a package. Ooh, there's something that was suggested to me. A seahorse. This is by Ami Loves Gurumi. Karen, Godinez. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Looks Spanish, and my daughter comments on how much I butcher Spanish pronunciations. There's a jellyfish. There's a jellyfish in my books, too. Jellyfish was suggested, I think Lori, our armchair chef, suggested that one. I don't know. The thing that it's not in here is the Winding Road Crochet Squid. Maybe that's out in my bestsellers notebook. I like that pattern. And I have my own octopus patterns. Wait a minute. The friendly red fox octopus wasn't in there. Do I have a notebook just for octopus? I'm missing a few patterns here. Friendly red fox has a cute octopus pattern. It takes longer to make because like you make the ball of the octopus and then you make double crochet. I think you go around the chain, or maybe it's just one chain and work back. But you make 8 of these long strips of double crochets, and then you make them in another color, like a white for the underside, and then you have to crochet them all together and then sew them onto the octopus body. So it takes a little longer because there's a lot of sewing involved, but they're cute. I've made several of them. I think I have 2 of them in stock right now. But ocean. Where are my ocean items? I don't have... Oh, maybe that's the orange bin now. Or is orange owl and... I don't know. I haven't had that particular tote at a sale for a while. So I'm not quite sure where it is. I have so much stuff. I need to really tone it down with my inventory. That's why I'm not going to Joann's. Because inventory is taking up so much room, and yarn is taking up so much room, and there's only so much room in the house. I do come from a family of hoarders. I grew up in a hoarding household. And my grandmother on both sides, there were issues. And I've seen the aftermath of when the hoarder passes away and the family is left with trying to get rid of their stuff, get rid of all the stuff that has been accumulated. I don't want to do that to my kids. So I am really trying to downsize, trying to use up what I have rather than get more in here. Because I realize I'm getting up there in years. I'm going to be 64 in a couple of weeks. And even though Grandma Jones lived to be 101, there's longevity genes in the family, I realize I'm not going to be around forever to use up my yarn. I will be around forever, but not with my stuff here. It's just, I'm trying to behave. Trying to use up what I've got. Yep. So, I guess I'm going to go on my search for either the friendly red fox octopus. Oh, you know what I could do? I also have a pattern for a reversible octopus. And if I could find another hobby yarn that same weight, but a different color, I could do the reversible octopus in those 2 shades. That would be cool. Okay. I'm going to search. I'm going to search my inventory and find out where I put the hobby yarns and see what other colors I have in that particular weight. Yeah. Okay. I have an Etsy order to get out. I had someone contact me on Ravelry. She found a yarn in my stash that she desperately needs to finish up a project. I have no idea where I got it, what I got it for. It's just sitting in my stash. I'm selling it to her. It used to be if someone contacted me on Ravelry and said, oh, I see you have this in your stash. I need that for a project. Can I have it? I would be like, no, that's my yarn. No, I'm not selling it. You can't have it. It's my yarn. I'm getting more laid back about that. Like, okay, somebody needs this. She's willing to pay for the yarn and pay for the postage. I will let it go. So I have some yarn going out in the morning along with an Etsy order. And of course, when I start talking, I start coughing. I didn't fill my water bottle before I came back. Poor planning. Very poor planning. Oh, I have a story. Okay, the story of the day before I head off to start dinner and start a project. And I hope my microphone didn't just pick up my stomach grumbling. It's almost dinner time. This morning, I decided I was going to make myself waffles for breakfast. So I got the coffee maker. I'm making the coffee and getting the ingredients for the waffles and getting the waffle iron out and getting this thing in it. I must have put double the grounds into the coffee maker when I got that started. As I got the coffee. Oh, I didn't put the water in the coffee. Okay, let's get the water in, get that going. I got the pancake batter going. Oh, I ran out of gluten-free flour. I went to the cupboard. I got 3 different gluten-free flours that were open. Almond flour, millet flour, and sorghum flour. And put a tablespoon of each of those in to give me enough flour to make the waffles. Get the coffee started. Put the first waffle into the waffle iron. The coffee maker is just going bonkers. Water is just dribbling out of all over the place. Instead of coming out a nice little bloop, 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 through the little hole in the bottom, it's like an cut rate Mr. Coffee, where you pour the water in and it brews. You've got a little basket and you put the filter in there. I have a mesh filter that I got rather than keep using coffee filters. And usually works no problem. But I think I goofed and put too much coffee into the basket and it was overflowing and it stopped up the little hole in the bottom of the thing. And coffee is just dribbling out all over. It's eventually making its way down to the carafe, but it's just making a lot of noise and all that. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What can I do to fix this? I get a skewer, and I'm trying to poke through the hole, and I can't find the hole. And then I realize the basket does not have a hole in the bottom. The basket just has a solid plastic bottom, and then has mesh around the outsides for everything to go through. I've got to pull the reusable mesh basket out and then poke through it to get. So I get a little fine mesh strainer, and I cleaned out the coffee filter basket. Then the basket that was clogged, I'm like pouring that into my coffee through this filter, trying to get all the grounds. And then I had to take the whole coffee maker over to the sink and use the spray nozzle to try to get the grounds out of the water where you put the water in. And I was so preoccupied with trying to fix the coffee maker that I burned the first waffle. So hopefully I do better with dinner than I did with breakfast. But I'm all caught up with my puzzle proofing for the day. Yay! And I will get going on the C challenge for Hobby Yarns. And then I need to find the pattern, but I will probably get started on the airplane order. So I'm busy. I've got an Etsy order to ship out. This month has been, despite the disastrous craft show last week, this has been my best May ever. I've been getting sales on Etsy, and it's going well. Um, Still nowhere near being in the black with my paperwork because of all of the shows that I've paid for the fall, for the summer and the fall. But things are looking better. Yep. And I think that's it. I think I've talked long enough, and I need to move on to my next chore of the day, making dinner. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. My husband is having fish sticks. I have frozen cod, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to prepare it. But I will figure this out. Because I figured the frozen cod that I can get at, it's either Save-A-Lot or Aldi, is about half the price of gluten-free fish sticks. So I figure if I get this frozen fish and make my own fish sticks or make my own fish using this cod, it's going to be a lot cheaper. And I'm all about saving here and there and, saving money and trying to do things in the least expensive way possible. So that's the plan for dinner. I have no idea what the vegetable will be or what the starch will be, but that's the plan for dinner. Okay. The kitchen calls and I must go. Bye bye.